How's it going, everyone? Jude here from LMR.com. Today we're going to be talking about our fender flare paint for 2010 to 2024 F-150 Raptors. Our magnetic metallic paint is the best color match on the market for magnetic gray trim for F-150 Raptors. Not only can you use the fender flare paint for the fender flares, this also works on the front and rear bumpers and grills. All right, now we're going to move along and show you the steps on how you can paint your fender flares. Now, there are 1,000 different ways on how you can do this. For our way, we decided to keep the fender flares on the truck versus taking anything off. We found this a lot easier, a lot simpler to do because we didn't want to pull the fender flare off and damage any of the clips underneath the truck. For all the steps being shown in this video, we'll be using a 2010 F-150 Raptor using the driver's side, bedside fender flare. To begin, you'll want to wipe down the area with a microfiber towel and some cleaning spray. Since we were painting the flare on the vehicle, we're going to mask off the fender flare. Take some painter's tape and apply it as close as you can to the top side of the flare. Next, we're going to loosen and remove the 5.5mm bolts from the underside of the fender flare. Once you remove the two bolts, you now apply painter's tape to the entire underside of the flare. Now you can take the time to tape up paper to the necessary areas. Next, you'll take some Scotch-Brite, some warm water, and a couple drops of dish soap and lightly scuff up the fender flare area. Once this is dry, you'll want to take some isopropyl alcohol to wipe down any oils or residue from the fender flare. You'll also want to let this dry before painting. Before painting, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. Now you'll want to take your paint can and shake it up for 1 to 2 minutes. It's always a good idea to spray test an area before you paint. Next, you'll want to spray a light coat. We're going to cut in first with the paint and then move around and spray the rest of the flare. Let the first coat flash for 3 to 5 minutes before spraying your next coat. Now you can apply your second coat to the flare. You'll also want this to flash for 3 to 5 minutes. For our fender flare, we only needed to paint 3 coats in total. The amount of coats that you'll end up painting will vary on the conditions and the atmosphere that you're working in. After our third and final coat, we let it sit for 24 hours. After your final coat, now you can remove any tape and paper and reassemble any parts you removed. All right, everyone, that's going to be it for us. You can really see a huge difference when it comes to the fender flare paint and how it looks before and after on the truck. Again, this paint can be used on your fender flares, your front or rear bumper, or even the grill on your F-150 Raptor. Obviously, these trucks are starting to get up in age. As you can tell on our Gen 1 Raptor, it really needed the paint for these fender flares. Now, of course, if you have a newer F-150 Raptor, you might just need to touch up on those fender flares. This is the perfect paint to bring these fenders back to life. If you want to see more F-150 Raptor content, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And for all things F-150 Raptor, keep it right here with the real enthusiast, LMR.com.